Probably the most important problem-solving strategy you'll learn is this one. Look at a problem and ask yourself which particular part of this is making it difficult to solve. And then engage in some wishful thinking. Say, this problem would be easy if only, and then imagine that it were slightly different. You've already done this a couple of times. So the first time you ever saw a problem like this, probably in Algebra 2 trig, you should have thought, well, if you'd known the strategy at the time, you should have thought, wow, what's making this hard is all those cosines. This would be easy if there were just regular variables. And then you try and make it happen. If you wish there were regular variables, then take the thing that's ugly, define it as a variable, and you got what you wanted. You've also seen it recently in this last problem set. So what piece is making this difficult? Well, if this was only a cosine, then I could apply this strategy that I already know, but it's not already a cosine. Or maybe if this part was a sine, then I could do the same strategy. What's making it difficult is there's two different trig functions here. So I can't substitute a variable and have it be a quadratic. Or can I? Pythagorean identity, you can rewrite cosine squared as 1 minus sine squared. Now you've got an equation that's all got sines in it. You can simplify it, or you could immediately substitute p as sine and then solve it. What about this one? Sine plus cosine equals 1. What's making it difficult is, again, two different trig functions. And I don't have a cosine squared, so I can't make the substitution. And I don't have a sine squared, so I can't make the substitution. This problem would be easy if one of these was squared, because then I could make my substitution, then I could rewrite it in terms of a variable. So how could I make that happen? Well, if we wish that things were squared, why don't we just square them? But I don't want to square it this way because that would produce a term that was 2 sine times cosine. So instead, I'll move the cosine to the other side, then I'll square both sides. Now I can substitute for sine squared. That's not the only way you could do it. You could do it other ways. But don't focus on these details. Focus on when you hit a difficult problem, ask yourself which piece is making it difficult. And usually you apply this strategy when the problem you're looking at feels similar to one that you've done before, but it's a little bit different. And so ask yourself, what's the piece that's making it a little bit different? And then imagine, if only it were changed slightly, could I do it? And if the answer is yes, then figure out how you could change it slightly so that you could do it. So this technique is going to be really important in this week's problem solving set. Come back next video and you'll see.